That is awesome. He can actually hold the figure up. That is crazy.
You son of a bitch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Demoniacal Fit Legendary Berserker. Definitely not Broly, this figure right here, so don't you dare call him that. I got him in from AliExpress a few days ago, and it's taken me some time before I could do this video. But just looking at it, you can tell I got it from AliExpress because his box is beat to shit. They are not very gentle on them, but honestly, I don't really care because this is one of the few figures that I actually want to display. So I'm going to quit worrying about the box. Let's get him out of the box and take a closer look at him. All right, let's take a look at this behemoth. This thing is freaking awesome. Not Broly, excuse me.
Are you serious?
Has been a grail piece of mine for a minute. Now, luckily, Bandai is coming out with a re-release of their figure later on this year, I think November. So I'll be having that one too, and I'll be able to compare them and stuff for you guys. But let's not get into him too quickly just yet. Let's get him scaled up and see how tall he is. To the top of his weapons worth of a hairdo, he is right at basically 9 inches tall, which would make the entire figure 23 centimeters. I think that's about right. This is a big boy. And also, just to point out, this is not as tall as you can make him. You can actually extend him a little bit. There is a hinge in his abdomen, and his legs drop down. I've just got him kind of scrunched down just for stability. But let's get started with his paint and detail so we can look at his aesthetic. Aesthetic wise, he looks awesome. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you don't have this or don't know much about it, or the SH Figuarts for that matter, he is basically a one-to-one with the SH Figuarts, except one major detail. He is shiny, if you can tell, in the camera. He has a more satiny, shiny kind of finish on him. The SH Figuarts one, I've handled a couple of them, and they have a much nicer, like, matte finish on them. So he is a little shiny, but that's okay. That's nothing. A little bit of premium top coat can't fix, which is definitely what I'll do. I'll tape up all these areas that don't need to be matte and spray him down, and then he'll look fantastic. But let's start with his hair. His hair looks really awesome. It's nice and pointy and spiky, and these are sharp. His hair is a certified weapon for sure. I love the green in the roots of the hair, the shading right there, that looks awesome. His face plates look really good. The serious one that came on him in this package, it looks really awesome. His necklace is sculpted onto him. Owning the other, from the Dragonball Super Broly's, where that one was kind of loose, I was expecting this to be loose. Not a big deal, was just pointing it out that it's sculpted. The jewel and stuff on it looks really good, nice metallic paint there. If you can't tell, which I know you can, tons of shading in his gigantically, exaggerated musculature. Look at that back, Jesus criminy. Those are just two big old ham hocks on his back. The jewels on his wrist gauntlets look really awesome, and the paint on the wrist gauntlets looks really good. No marbling, and I really like that. Skirt piece, tons of shading, like shading in the wrinkles to make it look really good. That looks fantastic. And another little jewel piece here. Mine is slightly scratched right there.
What is that?
I'm not the hugest fan of that, but if I can match this paint or close enough, I can probably touch that up. Not a super big deal. The pants have an awesome shading in the creases of it. It's like a bluer shading in the white pants, and that looks really, really awesome. And of course, his little shin gauntlets have the jewels in them as well, and they look really good. And his feet look really good. And yes, they are small for the figure, but mine actually is fairly balanced pretty well. He moves around. You can stand him up with almost zero problem. But just look at his chest. That is chest day all day, every day. Look at these crazy boulder shoulders, his huge arms. Like, this figure is just awesome. It's not overly heavy, but it's not light. It's kind of hollow in here. And that's because my figure came disconnected in half, so I actually saw how the inner workings of him works when I had to pop it back together. I kind of freaked out for a second. But anyways, stuff that doesn't want to make me freak out is his accessories. So let's take a quick look at his accessories. All right, now for accessories, he comes with a sweet little spread of stuff. He comes with 3 different face plates. He comes with this serious face right here on him in the package, and it looks really good. The blank eyes look awesome. The face looks nice and serious with the line work there. And his earrings are painted nicely on this one. Looks really, really good. He also comes with this smirking face, which I think is actually the most definitive of the 3 faces for Broly. That looks really awesome. And again, his earrings look really good there. And the blank eyes look awesome. It's also got this screaming face, and this one's awesome as well. I think that looks really, really good. Again, earrings look great on it. The mouth, everything looks really, really awesome. He comes with 7 different hands. He comes with these fist hands on him in the package, and they're just gigantic little fist hands. Got the thumbnail and some detail in the knuckles. He comes with these like kind of grabbing hands right here, and they look good. Palm is sculpted nicely. They got fingernails, as you can see, and looks good. The top of the hands look good. And he's got these wide open hands. Look at the size of these freaking things. Let's compare them to Goku's hand real quick. Look at the size difference right there. But they look really good as well. He's also got this hand right here that you saw in action right there at the beginning of the video that like clips onto the full power, Super Saiyan full power Goku. So it can look like Broly's got him by the face and is lifting him up, and it looks really good. They match the color and finish for the hair. Spot on. It looks really, really awesome. And as you can see, the figure actually could hold up the Goku on his own. It was really awesome. He also comes with these 3 awesome blast effects right here. They're painted really nicely. There's the translucent green plastic, and they got these little spikes that are actually kind of sharp, but these look really, really good. And they got a peg hole for a stand that we're getting ready to look at. I wish he came with a hand that had a peg hole to hold them, but he doesn't. And he also comes with this awesome, stand right here with the clips to hold up the figure, and they double, as you can put up with 2 blast effects right there. As you can see, very nice stand. So this is a nice spread of accessories. All right, all that looked really, really cool. I miss the days when we got blast effects and flight stands, but maybe someday those days will return. But also, let's get him next to some other figures and do some comparisons and see how he looks with the gang. Okay, here he is with all of his victims from his very first movie. Let's stand him next to Piccolo really quick. And as you can see, he absolutely towers over Piccolo, and he is the tallest of all of them. But they look really good there. Here he is with Trunks, the boy from the future, and he makes him look like an absolute shrimp, but they look great. Here he is with Vegeta, and of course, Vegeta's a short king, but I think that looks really, really cool. Here he is with Gohan, and Gohan comes up to about his wrist, but that looks really good. And the man of the hour, Goku, and good Lord, look at this. Like, Goku, his face comes right up to Broly's crotch, but the entire figure of of Goku, is basically Broly's leg, the same amount of plastic right there. That's crazy. And just for comparison, let's stand him next to the full power Broly, just so you can see them side by side, and they're basically the exact same size, but you can tell the different sculpt styles. This one right here is very organic looking and looks awesome, and then this one's very stylized and looks like that anime video from 30 plus years ago. But they both look super duper awesome. I just wanted to stand them next to each other. All right, all that looked really, really cool. It was nice to see him next to everybody whose ass he kicked in his original movie. Anyway, let's check out his articulation, because this guy moves really, really well. Well, pretty well. For a big, huge figure, that's a 1.0 design. He can look down really, really good. He looks up a little bit, like you do get the idea that he's looking up, and his head will move all around, and that's because, let's take his face off real quick. All you do to take his head off is just like any other SH figure arts, pull the hair off the front, and I like to take the faceplate off too, to show you his wacky ass. If I can get it off there. Ouch. There we go. His crazy neck joint here.
What the fuck is that?
That looks really weird. It's actually very reminiscent of the Kid Krillin figure. It's got that 2 ball hinge kind of deal going on right there. If any of you recognize that from my video, if you haven't checked that one out, check it out while I'm putting his head back on him. But all that does is kind of allow you to extend his head a little bit. Nothing crazy, but you can do it. If I can get his head back on, there we go. But yeah, it just, as you can see right there, it just allows you to kind of extend the head out a little bit. That's about all it does. He does not have a neck joint, but that's okay because it still looks really good, and there's nice paintwork in there. These gigantic shoulders move really good, and they've got a cool little butterfly in there. It's kind of like a ball peg that's in there, and there's like a socket kind of thing that kind of moves around. They don't come completely across them. Yeah, that shoulder right there kind of is a little cracky, but that's about as close as they'll get, at least on my figure. You know, if one of you all have this, tell me if yours comes a little bit closer, but that is good enough for me. Got a bicep swivel right here that works just fine. Got a double jointed elbow, if I can move it. That comes up to a couple degrees past 90, no problemo there. Now his wrists are on a double ball peg, so you don't get a lot out of him, but he's Broly, and you know, that's all he needs. Speaking of his abdomen earlier, how he was kind of separated, you get a nice crunch forward if you're getting that action there, and zero gapping in the back because of the way they did the sculpt, and he leans back really good with no gapping. What happened to this kind of designing for today? Waist swivel right here works really nice because it's on a ball peg, so you get all kinds of movement there. These little skirt pieces, they all move around. They're on little ball hinges, each one's independently. And if you can see his like hip and thigh articulation area right there, they can kind of drop down and go out to the side about like that. Not too bad, especially for a huge dude with a skirt piece in the way. He'll do a decent front kick. He doesn't need to really do much of a front kick, so kind of basically the equivalent of the Incredible Hulk. If you lift this back part, they tried to sculpt him a little bit of a butt right there, but you know, you can kick back a little bit with him if you can get that right there. That's all he needs. He does have a thigh swivel, and his double jointed knee works really well if you can get it out of the way of his skirt piece. You know, it goes past 90, and it actually looks good. I like it. I like it very well. So I'm pleased with that. I popped this off, but I'll put it back here in a minute.
Fuck.
No shin swivel. Ankle goes down about like that and still looks good. Comes up to basically level, but that's okay. It's Broly, and the toe hinge is actually nice and tight and will hold the weight of the figure. So like I said, his I'll put that back in a minute. Don't freak out, I didn't break it. His articulation is really good. So let's move into my final thoughts on this guy. Okay, the final verdict on Broly here. Oh, excuse me, the Legendary Berserker.
It's not that hard.
This guy is really awesome. If he's anything, you know, like the SH Figure Arts version, which I believe he is fantastic. Short of the kind of shiny skin, which is an easy fix. Next time you see this figure, he will be matte finished. Don't worry about that. And just, you know, maybe some updated articulation to an extent. His accessories are really good. Paint everywhere. I love it. This figure is a little bit of room for improvement, but not a big bunch. That's really all I've got for Broly. Keep an eye out, because speaking of Broly, the next video is going to be the Dragon Stars Battle Pack with the Super Saiyan Broly and the Super Saiyan Goku. So keep an eye on that. That'll be here in the next handful of days. That's all I've got for him. If you haven't subscribed, click pause, scroll down, click subscribe, give us a like, and give us a comment. With all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.